Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you a weekly podcast for the more sophisticated beer drinker. So sit back, pour yourself a pint, and enjoy the internet's longest running 100% blind roundtable taste test beer review show. You're listening to The Beer Snobs.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How you guys doing? I am Damien. You're listening to The Beer Snobs, and next to me is...
Hey guys, it's Kelly from Tap Geeks.
Across the table from me is...
Hey guys, it's Brian from Beer Quest.
And I just want to remind you guys, beginning of the show, our beer of the month, the Shipyard Smashed Pumpkin.
Yeah, that was the only pumpkin I actually liked.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's right. Hardyman was not happy about pumpkin beers. He was letting us know during that show, even though he didn't know we were serving him a pumpkin beer. None of us knew.
Well, most of them are pretty shitty.
There are pumpkin beers I like, but I have to say this is probably the best I've ever had.
It's definitely up there for me. I mean, I love quite the variety of pumpkin beer, but when it comes to kind of the Joe 6-pack ones you buy in the stores, those aren't really good at all. A Shipyard has one, Pumpkinhead, that's pretty popular, but this one definitely topped it for me, and I loved that none of us knew
that was your second
pumpkin.
shot because you tried it on your show.
Yeah, on our show we tried it out. We were like, ugh, what's this?
But again, palate cleansers is why we rock them here.
That's right.
Gotta be prepared. All right. So this week we're doing Growler reviews with Hardyman. So what do you got for us?
That's right. I stopped by my friends at Wix Brewing Company.
Nice.
And I picked up their brand new series. This is called IDK IPA. Their whole series is based off of internet puns, or the little anagram.
IDK.
Yeah, IDK. So this is actually their second version. It's a huge change
Ooh.
from their first. The first was like a normal IPA.
Yeah.
This is called IDK IPA version 2.0 YOLO.
What the hell?
Yeah. And so this is cool. I was talking to my buddy, Brian Herbertson, who's the head brewer down there. And he was telling me that what this is a beer that is mostly wheat. He's completely changed up the
For
recipe.
an IPA, it's mostly wheat.
For an IPA, it's mostly wheat. And then he got I forgot what he called them, but he said it was pretty much chocolate malt with the husk still on it. And he threw that in for the color. So it gave you that IPA color. But it gives you a base beer that isn't bitter at all, and so it lets the hops really shine.
Yeah, they do, and so far there's no crazy kick you in the face aftertaste. It's kind of creeping on me though. This is a decent blend, I would say, for an IPA.
Yeah, and let me look this up here because he told me which hops he used.
It doesn't just throw itself at you like a lot of IPAs do. A lot of West Coast IPAs do.
Yeah, it's not super dry either.
No, it's not. No, it's weird. It just creeps. It creeps.
I like to stay away from the term smooth, but when you're using kind of like chocolate malts like that, and you're kind of going for something that's not going to like slam your tongue, so hard, that's definitely the word I'm going to use here. It's pretty smooth with a really nice malt backbone. Like I'm really impressed by this. I mean, it's definitely really bright. I get a lot of those citrusy notes that most people are looking for in a West Coast IPA. But for me, it is really light.
The citrus is clean. You can really, really taste it. I would say there are certain beers where they blend and it becomes like almost like a new flavor. And then there are those beers that I've noticed where each individual ingredient kind of stands out on its own. This one does that, but it nothing overpowers the other, but yet you can still distinctly taste everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I picked this. Actually, it's pretty easy to choose because I was there drinking like 4 or 5 of these, and I was just like, I'll take a growler.
Yeah, you're just like, might as well take some home. I'll be drinking it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to take a moment to talk about the color a little bit more. I mean, this is really, really dark looking.
You know what?
IPA, right?
Yeah.
It looks a lot darker here than because we've got goblet glasses, like little and at the brewery, I was drinking out of a pint.
Which, by the way, are great for stirring up a head if you give it a shot.
I like head.
Who does not?
So these are a lot darker than what I saw at the brewery. When I was drinking out of a pint glass, they seemed brighter. And if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And we do have these on a dark brown table. So
well, they look golden if you hold them up to the light.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, no, just swish this around enough, and then look at the way the head coats the glass. It's beautiful.
It's got nice lacing.
Yes,
for sure.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I love how he changed up the malts and just kind of made it like its own thing now. I mean, it's super hoppy. It's an IPA, but it doesn't have like the super dryness that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like the rye flavoring in a lot of IPAs. So it's missing a lot of that stuff.
And again, it's a powerful hop flavor without kicking you in the face.
Totally.
This is the way I put it. Like, when most people, there was this article I read a while back. I ran into it again. That talked about how there was an article. What was it? The West Coast, like, we're ruining IPA for everyone because of how much out with all the hops. Because it's like, because he had someone come from back east who was like a beer fan who actually likes IPAs, and they took something that we consider kind of weak sauce. He was like, way too much hops, can't drink it. Like, we're kind of spoiling it for everybody.
There are people that come here to the West Coast that can't even handle some of the IPAs that we make.
They can't even handle regular pales.
And the pales, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the pales. I mean, something like St. Archer Pale Ale. I cracked one open the other day, and I hadn't had one in a while. I've after the holidays, you take a couple of days to stop drinking, detox, do that whole thing, and I definitely had to do that. And I opened up a St. Archer Pale Ale, and the aromatics just hit me right away,
just like boom,
because it had been a week since I'd had a drink, and like from an IPA, and I was like, oh my god, like this really is hoppy. You forget, you get used to it.
Yeah,
dude. This is just Black Market Aftershock.
Oh,
is it Aftershock?
That's good. Aftermath.
Aftermath. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yep, Aftermath.
Oh, so good. It thinks it's an IPA.
It thinks it's a pale. It thinks it's an IPA.
Yeah, totally.
There's somebody who brewed it a little too hoppy.
Or perfect.
Well, okay, depending on how you want to look at it. But okay, yeah, that's it for the Growler review. Again, all thanks to Wix. And the IDK IPA 2.0 YOLO. Did I get that right?
2.0 YOLO.
2.0 YOLO. Okay, almost had it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not a 14-year-old girl. I'm sorry. I just, but interesting name, great beer, great brewery. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers to you guys.
And I think we're ready for our review of the show. It's kind of dark, a little. Weird smell. That's all I can say.
I haven't gotten to the aroma. I'm trying to play around with the head here.
The head's kind of weak.
Yeah, it looks like it's really light in body.
It's got a dark color to it, but it's not like it's still completely translucent.
But what is that smell?
It smells like a porter.
It does smell like a porter.
Oh man, I'm off. I couldn't tell. It was just weird. Let's go for the taste.
Oh yeah. You get chocolate right off the bat.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. I was not expecting flavor like that.
Not at
something
all.
so light in body. Like, I mean, this is almost, this is a porter. This could be sessionable.
Take a crack at the ABV here. I want to say it's probably no more than 7%, but I mean, it feels like 5, but if I'm wrong, there's no way it's higher than 7.
No way it's higher than 7?
Yeah. I've been fooled before.
You have been fooled before.
Yes, some of these do become very drinkable. But that's usually the ABV.
Yeah. No, it's true. No, yeah, it's light. Yeah, I don't see a high ABV. It's got to be higher than normal. But wow.
I give it a little touch of vanilla.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got a lot of nice roasted flavors in there.
Yeah. The more I drink it, the more it's coming out.
Almost a little bit of caramel. You getting caramel at all?
No, not really.
No?
It's taking a few drinks to really get a full palate of it, though. That's weird. But it's not a point against it. It's just kind of odd. Usually in porters, it comes right out from the gate. Well, anything else to add before we start moving on?
There's a lot more color than I thought it would be. I didn't get a lot of head off mine, but I didn't switch mine around.
I did. It didn't really throw a lot of head out. But okay, let's get to recommendations. Hardyman, would you recommend this beer?
Totally. Yeah, it's a good beer.
Kelly?
I definitely recommend this beer. Yeah.
And I have to be the unanimous voice here. I think this is pretty good. let's get to the reveal. This is the Resignation Brewery and Red Hook collaboration, the KCCO Black Lager, 5.1%. 5.1. You were giving it.
That's right.
You were giving it much more than it actually had.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, but it tasted like a 5. But yeah. That's what we said. It tasted like a 5.
Yeah, it tasted like a 5, but you thought it might have been a 7.
It could have been as high as a 7. I think he said.
Yeah, just it could be disguised.
like a transformer.
Yep.
Like a fucking Decepticon.
Alcohol in disguise.
Oh, that'd be a good children's television show.
What?
I'm saying it works. It works.
This is good. Unfortunately, I'll say the bottle does not have a lot of info on it. I'm very, very surprised by that.
I think the only thing it really has to have is the alcohol and where it was made and bottled.
A toast lager with notes of chocolate and coffee, unlike a heavy porter or a stout. It's amazingly light, crispy, and sessionable. KCCO.
Did you say lager?
Yeah, this is a lager. This is a black lager.
Oh, I was gonna say ale for sure.
Yeah, that I would have thought so too, but no.
That would explain the body.
That would explain the for
sure.
No, you're right. No,
sure.
That would explain it. But I mean, yeah, the black lagers are getting a lot more popular now. I mean, they are. That's a decent way to make a lager using a dunkel recipe style in lager is. I mean, that's where the black lagers come from. Is the dunkel style, but made in lager form. I mean, it's a good way of doing it. You end up getting something that tastes decent. So I'm a big fan of black lagers. Oh
yeah, me too. They're all usually they're really, really smooth like this one is.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is very, very sessionable, especially with the 5.1 with the mouthfeel. Very sessionable. So kudos to you guys. I mean, I haven't seen a lot from Resignation Brewery. I mean, I've had some Red Hook. This is great. This is a good collab.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not personally like a really big fan of like Red Hook Brewery and at least the stuff that we get out in Southern California from them. I'm sure that their brewery produces amazing things like anywhere else, but what we see in like 6-packs and 12-packs out here, I haven't been like the biggest fan of. But for this, in this blind tasting, I definitely recommend this beer to anywhere from the optimistic expert to the beginner. I would definitely recommend this.
And this one was a buy from Vaughn's, so obviously the price isn't going to be that great. But it was let's see, $9.99, but $8.99 with my club card.
Ooh.
So, would you pay $8.99 for this? For a sixer?
For a 6? Yeah, I would.
That seems reasonable. Yeah.
I think so too. Although I would probably end up, probably go to is either support your local store if they carry it, like your little tiny beer liquor store that you have close to you if you have one, or like a Total Wine. Total Wine will definitely be cheaper than that. Probably shave at least $1 or $2 off.
Oh yeah.
But all right, that was it. That's it for the show. The 3 out of 3 we recommended the KCCO Black Lager by Resignation and Red Hook. Wow, that was great.
Yeah, it's good beer, dude.
Second show in already. I think we have a contender for beer of the month. Very surprised. But speaking of beer of the month, Shipyards Smashed Pumpkin. Amazing beer that you should go out and try if you can still get some. It's a seasonal, obviously, but there still might be some on the shelves.
Yeah, it still floats around.
Yeah, I've seen it still. We just saw it the other day.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Check your local Total Wine. They're hanging on to those pumpkin beers.
They should be. They should be. Totally worth your time. Even now, it came out in like November.
Yeah.
Even now, it's still good.
That's not a good idea. They should just move them as fast as they can.
Yeah.
But hey, and Kelly, and again, Kelly was here.
Yes.
He knows what it tastes like.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm part of Beer of the Month now.
Again.
First.
Yeah,
this is great.
You have to remind people, he was actually here to taste it. Holy crap. Unlike last month when the entire time we're like, no, you didn't try it.
This gets my stamp too, guys.
All right, but thanks a lot for listening, everyone. Any plugs, Kelly?
Oh, yeah. Definitely check out my show on youtube.com/tapgeeks.
All right, and QWEST.
That's right, for Beer Quest. Yeah, we've got podcasts on there, shows. Actually, this show and Tap Geeks. We have those on there.
Hey, all right. Everyone's getting plugged for everyone.
There you go.
But thanks a lot for listening, and we will see you next week.
Later on, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Auf Wiedersehen.